Alright. We're live. Awesome sauce. Well, welcome back, guys, to Surrender Lab. It's Thursday night. Doing COZSNUG. COZSNUG, yeah. Always kind of getting comfortable right now, you know. A few more people show up. I decided to go live anyways to be on time. We're a little late, but still fairly on time. Try to be.
This is what happens behind the scenes.
This is what happens behind the scenes. You know, it works perfectly for COZSNUG because it's all just about being cozy. You know, we're already cozy while we're setting up.
Are we on? Okay. Hi, everybody. Where's our... Oh.
Or you can move that camera.
What's
You
that?
can move that camera.
We don't need... I mean, yeah, we're gonna move it. That's it. That seems like a really cool spot. Whatever. We'll scoot this one back. Move this one into it. Alright. How are we gonna get started? Ash, how are we gonna get started this time? Should we play any kind of background music?
Yeah, we'll just play some kind of background music. Like, you can speak during things.
I'll turn it on to this right here. Yes, so I can turn this on really low. Why don't you go ahead and get started with our languages so that everybody that's participating at all isn't so bored with just us setting.
I kind of explained, you know, COZSNUG a tiny bit, but I'll just kind of go into it more. Tonight was really just dedicated to creating a cozy space where we feel comfortable to be our authentic selves. And, you know, we've been doing that, you know, kind of intentionally with COZSNUG. We've been going around, we've been asking, you know, each other questions, you know, that pertain to the kind of bigger picture parts of life. You know, allowing ourselves just kind of introspect and get a bit clearer on our goals for our lives. And that's been really great. You know,
Kelly, what's it been like since you since we started doing this? And this is kind of a unique thing, right? Here we are getting together.
Yeah.
I mean, how's it been for you since we've been doing it?
Well, I was actually thinking today about how I'm more interested in doing my state crafting since I've been coming to COZSNUG, the self-determination stuff. So I guess empowered would be a good word.
Ooh,
because
beautiful.
hearing other people's experiences, especially last week, it's good to know that, what are the words I'm trying to say? It's good to be able to relate on that level, because what Lincoln and I think, was it Jordan or Jaron? I don't remember his name, but what they both said about their past I can kind of relate to, so not just my sovereign citizen stuff, but with the drug use and all that, so experiences, life, that's all life is, my perception.
Right. Yeah. So yeah, thank you for sharing that. For sure, that was such an epic conversation. Having all of us being able to, we got that one. We went up online with that. Oh. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You're smart. I love that.
Well, we'll see if it
We're gonna have
lasts.
to show that. Yeah.
The sun will be the light.
nice.
It's
If
perfect.
if this works.
It'll work. It'll hold it. And the cord can go back behind the blinds or something to be away from it. We'll show you guys this in just 1 second. Heck yeah, we have a disco ball for tonight's COZSNUG. Is it gonna have a motor that thing just spins right there?
Yeah.
Fun. Okay, so let's get started with the questions. Let's That's just like the main. Let's pick out one question right now that let's all get into.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
You want to just pick out a question?
Sure, I'll read through and pick one out. This is quite the empowering question. What are some of your biggest fears or anxieties, and how do you cope with them? What is one of the most valuable lessons you've learned in your life, and how has it shaped you?
That's the one
We talked about that one. Well, we talked about some of the most, yeah. What is something? This is we're
I
live.
was just told the Wi-Fi went out.
Oh, Wi-Fi went out.
Is it? So yeah.
Let me see. Yep, it's out.
Okay.
It's not streaming.
We've
Our
not been,
Wi-Fi
it's
went
not
down?
been. It's not been doing that a lot lately.
Okay.
Hasn't
Well,
been
are the
very-
boys on Wi-Fi at all right now?
Not anymore.
No, they can't be.
They've
It's
been
out.
kicked off.
Right, but can you ask them not to be just while we're doing this? Because if we're using up too much broadband, we're gonna go live right now. We're gonna use up all the broadband. They can't. If they get on, it will
It's
kick
only
us
Easton.
off again.
Easton's just playing a video game. He's the only one.
But it's a video game, and that bandwidth
It's less than Netflix.
is it less
Yeah.
on the video game,
Oh yeah, for sure.
For sure.
Yeah,
and
no,
so it's less.
streaming is way more on data consumption than like gaming is, because that's just sending bits and pieces of
Yeah.
information to
So
each
what I'm
other.
saying is that we're eating up most of the data right
Yeah,
now,
but
right?
it's fine. We're still recording, so we can.
Can he get it back on there again and play?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, but neither of us have internet. It wouldn't matter.
It might kick us off again.
No, it won't. If we're gonna.
Let's
come
just
back
pay
up-
attention to it.
Yeah.
Are we online?
It's recording either way,
Okay.
so we're still capturing it.
What is something?
We can
We've
always
been
put it
having-
on later.
How about this one question, guys? What is something that you've always wanted to share with someone but you haven't had a chance to yet? You want to sit down, Jerry? Are we already good to go on the? Does that ball sit there and go at that speed?
Yeah.
Dude, that's perfect.
I
love it. I'm so glad you brought that.
I did some
Thank you for that.
research
I love it.
because that's one rotation per minute. It's like the slowest. Most of them are like 3, and then like
Nice.
That's sweet.
Nice.
in my
I love it.
professional
Thank
disco
you.
ball opinion.
Dude, I'm coming to you actually next time I have any questions at all disco related. Pretty much, not just the ball. Right? You
Yeah,
settled yourself
whatever.
into this little spot. Your legacy.
So is that the question that we decided we're gonna do?
Not necessarily. What do you guys like about this question? Should we explore other questions?
Oh, I like the first question. I'm gonna read that first question right
Your biggest fears?
again. Yeah.
And
Last
how do
week,
you
What are
cope
your
with them?
biggest fears and anxieties, and how do you cope with them?
How do you cope with them?
or is there, last week we did a little more negative. Well, how do we get?
What was
What
it?
have we accomplished?
What challenges have we gone through, and
Yeah.
what did we learn from
Do we
them?
want to do an
Yeah.
opposite spectrum or?
Oh yeah, yeah. Maybe let's go. Let's flip this week and go back to the on the.
I like it.
Hey, what's something that you were really passionate about, kind of a thing? There's one of those.
Alright. Sounds very simple. What are some of your hopes and dreams for the future, and what steps are you taking to achieve them?
That's a good question.
That's a good one. That's a good one. You're talking to a bunch of people who actually light up when that kind of question comes along. I loved your face just now, Kelly.
That's a good one. I guess I'll go first. I'm sorry to repeat the question. I got lost in my thoughts.
Yeah.
Question does, where do you go?
Hopes and dreams?
Yeah,
What steps are you taking to accomplish
yeah.
your biggest hopes and dreams? I believe. Was the
Is
question?
that what it was?
Yeah, it's what are your hopes and dreams for the future, and what steps are you taking to achieve them?
Well, I would say I'm not going to focus on self-determination this time. One of my biggest hopes and dreams is to finally release an album of my music Even if it's on my own label, I don't care. And I want to release an album with my friend in Texas on our project that we're doing too. We've been trying to get that done for a decade, and it's time to do it. And some of the ways that I'm trying to accomplish that is I'm more in contact with him than I have been over the past 5 years, probably.
So you're like
which
way
is
more
good.
connecting.
Yeah, and he's the one that reached out on that, so that's good. And we're tossing around ideas for our project and visuals and kind of themes of songs and like concept.
So
'Cause we're-
fun, that space. I mean, I'm sure you don't like those conversations at all. It's like, oh, here I gotta go get on the phone with him again.
And so talking to him more has helped out a lot. Trying to share my music more, as I've shared with you guys, networking a little bit more, trying to find people interested in putting together events, because then I feel that way it'll give me motivation to make more material than just every now and then when I'm feeling like it. It's like, well, if it's sort of consistent, then it's like, well, I don't want to play the same stuff every time.
Exactly. I got a show coming up. I'm gonna produce some new stuff
And
for a new show.
And even if it's an hour, right there's an album.
Exactly.
Even if it's just a live one.
Yeah,
So,
I like the way you think. Yes, exactly. And we just record it, and all of a sudden you got yourself.
yeah.
Your
So
content,
that's what I've been doing to work toward that goal, my music goal. It's been rough. I've been wanting to do it my whole life, but since I was 12, because that's how long I've been making music. 24 years now. So it's about time.
It's so about time, and it seems so easy to just be like, "Hey, this is kind of easy, guys. Like this amongst us right now. Don't we know somewhere that we could actually record this? Don't we know somewhere that we can actually have a quick little event? I mean, any
Yeah.
kind we want. This would be pretty easy. Your music would bring in a nice. I mean, people might not know you at first, but we put out a video that actually shows a sampling and gives some sort of real badass little snippet that
Yeah.
we can all, now all of a sudden, you're not just by yourself, and we all really effortlessly have a fun time doing some COZSNUG thing, getting together with our friends, having fun,
Making music.
and all of a sudden making music, and it's like, what? We're just living a dreamy life, right?
Yeah. See, that gives me some hope.
Exactly.
It gives me hope isn't the proper term. I would say it gives me dedication to work toward getting something made up. So I don't know, because the past few weeks since we've talked about it privately, I've been focusing on statecrafting, but at the same time I've had an itch to sit down with my equipment and actually figure something out for about an hour's worth, so we can put together something. So,
That's perfect. That's so perfect.
Yeah, maybe we
And
should.
we have other musicians amongst us. Tons that we all like. I mean, everybody wants to be able to do the same thing. So this is such a no-brainer. All we have to do is just start picking dates, right?
Yeah, I agree.
And then preparing for that each time. Well, that's exciting, Kelly. That makes me excited. I mean, I know that probably turns Jared on too a little bit. It's down his alley.
Yeah.
What was the name of your
Play
band
some
again?
music. Which one?
The one that, well, you were in the band, yeah.
I have a new name I made up.
Oh, tell us.
Slow Motion Road.
Slow Motion Road. Slow motion is one word or two words?
It's two words.
Slow Motion Road.
Like
There's a
Spelled
there might be a dash.
with a hyphen?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Nice.
Slow Motion Road. Tell us why. Why the name?
Because I was driving on the road going to Guitar Center from Riverdale, and that road's from Riverdale, or the road that goes up from Riverdale, and then it's 25 miles an hour, it's windy, and everybody drives 25. This is slow motion road. Everybody, there must be a cop that sits there a lot or something.
But the
Everybody drives
vibe was-
25.
Is the vibe like? Are you wanting to?
Yeah.
It's kind of chill
It
music.
is. Yeah.
So it
As far
fits
as the
that
band,
vibe of
yeah.
slow motion. Like, oh, you want to hang out in slow motion? Well, then here's some tunes for you, brother.
Yes.
While you're in traffic, waiting for all those 25-mile-an-hours, listen to Jared. What is it? What is your Instagram? Jared or
J. Michael Phillips.
J.Michael.Phillips.
J. Michael Phillips
J. Michael.
is my professional rock star name.
Beautiful. So what about did you think about a hope and a dream kind of a thing? Or what do you want to do with your music, or what do you
Just creating music. I wrote a song that I just need to make. I'm also in the, I don't know, hesitant. I'm always hesitant, but
What's
and
the
I guess
What is the hesitancy?
I don't know. I just need motivation, help.
Because does
Help
it feel
being
like being
motivated.
by yourself? It doesn't feel like you're like
Yeah.
being. If you had help, like what if
Yeah.
we all just decided right now? Hey, you got a song that you just made and everything. Well, what would it take to record this? Do we know
I know.
somewhere to record it tomorrow?
I have called people, and I know people that
We can make one call. We can make a call or two tonight and find that space, right?
could, yeah,
So then all of a sudden tomorrow you could actually be in a
Yeah.
recording studio.
be famous. YouTube,
You could be YouTube famous.
like, that's
Do you want
a way to get famous these days.
Do you want that?
Yeah, why not?
All right. Let's make Jared Michael famous.
All right,
It's a
let's
deal.
do it. And
You're
this
on
guy,
right now. You're on right now. You're
it's an
telling
inspiration, motivation, determination.
Let's play a little
Lots of
sampling of your guys'
patience.
music if you guys want to. We are just live right now. We can do whatever we want.
Kelly's pulled up right now, actually.
We have other people that are going to be joining us in a little bit, but until they're here, we can talk about and do anything we want. And even when they get here, they can come into a dance party. There's someone else
Yes.
showing up right now.
I was gonna say, the other question was, what's your biggest fears and how do you deal with them? And I thought a good idea was everybody should sing a karaoke song.
But
Because
it's
everybody
literally one
kind
of
of
my
has a
biggest
fear of
fears.
singing in
There you
front
go.
of people. Like, that's
there you
like,
go, Brandy.
and just to
Well,
do it
I'm
doesn't have to be
more
perfect,
singing
whatever.
voice.
It's what's the
Brady's
beauty of
here.
karaoke.
Stella, can you help him get her to the garage and in a comfortable bed and stuff? So
It's
she
kinda
she
funny
feels like
because,
she's special because he's been missing her.
I was in choir in middle school, and for extra credit, the teacher said to like pick a song and sing it a cappella, well with the beat and stuff. That was intense.
Getting up, public speaking, or anything, getting in front of
Yeah,
people.
it's-
It's a fear. It's a huge fear.
I foobarred hard. I bombed it hard. I wasn't on tempo or anything. Like it was hard, but it's interesting. I've done karaoke before, but it was really small. There wasn't a whole bunch of people, and I was pretty drunk at the time, so that helped a lot.
Liquid courage helps a lot.
But so it's just kind of funny, like that you bring that up, because that's you're not far. It's one of the things that I have trouble with.
Yeah, I do
This
too.
comes
And you can all,
Put this
Especially
right closer to
karaoke.
the microphone so that you can so that everybody can hear
So
this
they can be
music better.
bombarded.
especially karaoke when they're like gonna call your name and you're like, you just get like all stressed out. You're like, oh man, what's going on?
Yeah.
You're tripping out. And then you start worrying. I don't know.
No,
It's
I
a
get
huge
it.
fear for me to overcome.
It's hard.
I think we should do that one night. Everybody pick a song,
Let's do it.
bomb it. It doesn't matter.
Well, let's
The
do
joys
it.
of karaoke.
It's exactly the joys of karaoke
It's
amongst
a
your friends,
huge-
where it's like, hey, let's hear how bad you really are.
Right.
Future-
Come on, guys,
future
stand up right
reference.
now. Can you just sing to us your whatever?
And nobody cares.
Can you dance?
You might.
Best Michael Jackson for us.
Like
That was
who
actually
hasn't
pretty
been
good.
young and scared to do it. And what if they never did it? Like Adele. What if he's just like, oh, I can't really sing that good. I don't know.
I have a
Everybody
very,
has
very
that hesitation.
extremely special person in my life who has the capacity to sing with all the ranges. I mean, like, it just, every time I hear this angelic voice, I just melted.
You should encourage them.
I did constantly.
Everybody needs a little encouragement, I think.
Agreed.
What is the thing that keeps us from, why do we do that? What keeps us from fully releasing ourselves and saying, hey, here's what my specific truth is?
It must be, you know, they have fear of being judged.
Is it? Yeah, you're right.
I don't know if it's about being judged or more rejection. Maybe judged for some people, but for me it's rejection because of my upbringing. I was neglected, so it's
Well, the rejection would be one of the harshest form of judgment, right? So it's just the same. It's like it's rejection. It's like, yes, you're being judged right now. Rejecting your whatever.
I guess that's a way to look at it. I wouldn't necessarily consider it judgment, but that's a good perception. Yeah.
A lot of us don't see our own talent either. We don't see what others see. So to us, we don't realize what we have.
That's true.
Right.
But everybody needs a little encouragement from everybody else.
Exactly. It's so nice when we're all helping each other, and it makes it just fun to do the thing, right?
Yeah.
So what? Were you answering the fears one? I
Yeah.
mean, bringing up that whole karaoke event thing is brilliant. I think we just do that. We tell everybody, and we have them come thinking, "Hey, this is what I'm going to lean into this edge.
Yeah.
I'm learning to laugh at myself real quick."
Yeah. Just belt it out with no worries about what people think. Or whatever.
Right. This is a nice little safe space for that. COZSNUG night's perfect night for that. Right? Maybe next Thursday we do that.
Future
Okay, we'll put language together for that so everyone knows how to do
I've
that.
got a dinner party next Thursday.
Oh, you do?
All right.
Sorry.
Glad to
It's
know.
already on my
All right, so
calendar.
COZSNUG next week, Brandy just said it's going to be also a dinner party, and she's hosting. Cool. So, all right.
Karaoke
This is awesome. Karaoke dinner. Can we do it in the kitchen? Next week, let's do this live from the kitchen. All we cook. Bomb ass, dank ass food.
Our kitchen's not open enough to fit more than 2 people cooking and 2
Right,
people
we do
standing.
have, but we'd have to get creative with it. We could do it in a different kitchen.
Or we can just barbecue outside. We can do it outside. Why aren't we doing it outside?
Exactly. Let's do it in the backyard next time. The backyard would be perfect because we still have light and everything should be perfect.
Right.
Yeah, now that the sun stays up.
What,
A little longer.
Brandy, do you want to answer this one about what, like hopes and like a hopes and dreams one, or?
Yeah. One of my longest standing dreams is to own my own house, like a little cottage house that I want to redo and build shelves and tear down walls and do that all knowing I'm not doing it so I can just live in it. I'm doing it because that's what I'm creating for myself and family and friends. And mostly just within the last year have I voiced that, so I'm talking about it more. Saying that more is a step to getting there. Need to save a little more money for that, and that's a goal for that. And then on top of that, I would really love, like one of my hopes and dreams I'd love to find something that I really love doing every single day. And we're moving into that. I haven't found that specific niche yet of what those details in it are.
I think you're going to be pleasantly surprised when all this money starts piling in, that you're going to be in love with the idea that you are the one who's going through all the details of all those numbers. I mean, you
Managing
are,
woods.
any people, every person I've ever met, we've already talked about this so many times because you are like the most perfect person on the planet for that. Because it's what you just thrive on. You just want to do that. So why wouldn't we give you the thing you want to do the most?
I do love that, but I do love working with people as well, and
Well,
being
exactly.
around people, so.
Well, yeah, you don't have to be the silent.
I don't need to be a bookkeeper,
Bookkeeper.
accountant in the back
No,
corner.
you can be like the
But yes, being
chief
part of that.
financial whatever that loves to be a chief in the faces of other chiefs.
Yeah, yeah.
Thank you, Brandy. That was really awesome that you just shared all that. I just had so many nice little visions of you and I need to sit down and start looking at what we want that design to look like, because we need to draw that up so that little cottage is already, we know what it looks like, because now we need to know where the land is going to be that we put it on.
Right. But I don't want to get stuck in. I've never done well with vision boards because that vision, when it doesn't turn out exactly like I thought it should, like I want to be pleasantly surprised rather than a little bit. Like a vision board is like words work. Like this is what I'm looking for, but doing pictures and planning it, I want to still stay open to new ideas and new visions. And when I see something that, well, yeah, that's close, but it's even got this. Like not what I was visualizing, but this is even better. Yeah, I don't ever want to get stuck in one picture in my mind because I want to stay open to maybe it is a water tower instead of a cottage. I mean, I'm still okay with that. So
Way cool. This is so perfect.
Maybe a suggestion
Amy's
board.
Amy's coming over right
Yes,
now.
yes.
Brandy,
Direction.
a suggestion.
Amy's
board.
coming over right now, and she's not going to know that we're live right here.
Nobody's.
We gotta tell her though right away, don't we?
Say we're doing karaoke, and the next person that comes in the door is
Surprise
is
karaoke.
the next up.
That's fun.
Oh,
Hey, no. You just bring her back to us.
Hey.
We're live, y'all. We're live.
she must have snuck out when people were coming in.
Oh, where?
Thank you.
She's limping. She was out there playing with them, but I noticed she was limping, so that's why I got her out.
We just were recording Monday.
Okay.
Oh, heavens no.
They want to see how you let's keep it
Well,
little down your
just
hair.
stick your head in and let me introduce you.
Well, sandwich is waiting for me.
Here's the.
You better say you're live to the whole world right now. There's
This
everybody
is
in the whole
Amy,
planet's
this
watching.
is my sister. You
How
heard
are you?
Ashton, Jared,
Yeah.
Kelly.
How are you?
Good to see you.
She lives
Enjoy your sandwich, girl.
She
Thanks
brought-
for saying.
She has a sandwich waiting. She brought the dog back. Luckily, when we forget we have a dog, and she's out wandering.
Well,
the
I heard
neighborhood.
like all the commotion going on, and then the neighbors were freaking out because she was over there barking at their ducks
Oh my gosh.
and their dog, and so I was like, oh, that's Melly. So I put her in the backyard, and she was playing with the dogs, but I noticed she was kind of limping, so
Uh-oh.
I didn't want her to get.
Serves you right. Just kidding.
Don't bark
Leaving
at
the
ducks.
premises.
Well, my dogs, all they want to do is like run and jump and roll, but I didn't want her to get hurt more, so.
Amy, what's your biggest hope and dream that you have in life right now?
I have no idea.
Biggest.
Day by day.
One of your top 3. One of your top 5.
Not to die during the night.
Yeah.
Tell one hope.
I don't know.
You don't have to have one, it's alright. Think about it and tell us later.
Lottery. Sorry, Millie. Play Thunder, but it's free.
Alright, so who else has, who wants to share? Who wants to
She
share?
was like,
That's the- yeah, you
nuts,
should.
and they were like, oh.
My biggest hopes and dreams for the future right now.
Thanks, Amy.
Thanks, Amy.
Love you.
My biggest hopes and dreams for the future right now is to have, empowering empathy in its various projects start to bring in some money. To really be able to support ourselves and grow this community and be able to support the people in it. I think that if we can get some good cash injection from our various, we've been talking about making art, we've been talking about, asking for donations, we've been talking about various ways to make money. And I really think we're just about there on deciding how we really want to push. And I'm really excited, but that's my real hopes and dreams, to just really start being able to have some financial wind in our sails so that we can just start
So we can actually start doing all the
filling in
things.
any cracks that we haven't been able to fill yet with our current level of income on all this.
Yeah, we've been doing this for free for everybody for a long time now. And it deserves to be for free all the time.
Yeah, it does.
Nobody needs to ever pay to surrender.
People can donate.
Yeah.
Exactly, it's different.
Have you heard of
Now, let's
Patreon
Yeah, we
Yeah.
should set up. Yeah, we should set up Patreon things like that.
Yeah.
or a GoFundMe?
Right,
There's
there's all different kinds of ways to
Wanting it.
do it. Yeah,
Never know.
Yeah. Well,
exactly. We
TikTok,
talked
TikTok people are asking. TikTok videos are going viral. People asking for,
it's true.
and then they're getting sponsored.
Yeah, sponsorships, all those things. Really, I'm really just so open to any possibilities on how money's going to come into this. But for us putting out for free, and I think that with all the support we've gotten from so many different people, I think it's just going to be a natural thing for someone to come in and want to support us with whatever they're able to.
Too many people have such good hearts with their philanthropy mindset that they've already got some level of success, and it's like, hey, I'd rather give money to a company like this than
Pay taxes.
all the options you could. I mean, this is a pretty cool, pure concept here, and it's not just like it's just a movement. It's just so organic. It's just a movement. There's no way it can not snowball because it just understands inclusivity at its core. So simple. Everyone's equal, all the time. It's that simple. Now that's the core. Now it just wins before it starts.
Mhm.
So now we have already let go of violence. We just moved into a new day and age just because we simply just put new words out. Well, go ahead. I want to hear more of what you have to say about that.
No, there's not too much more to add to that.
So that's your biggest dream. How are you trying?
Oh yeah, the steps that we're really taking right now is, we Ken and Randy are really pushing on this issue in the last couple of days. That we're really just racking our minds on what we think the best possible way to push forward on this is. Ken and I this morning we specifically are talking about making art. We've talked a lot about making art that inspires inclusivity. We want to bring all artists in that we know and don't know yet, to bring in these beautiful works of art so that we can sell them and put them out to the world, and maybe that can be the thing that brings in some good income.
Yeah, so that's been our plan all along, is that as soon as we're ready to release the idea, well, we're already talking about it right now, but we have the domain badass.art. BADASS.ART. Pretty cool domain. And that domain is only going to have art that inspires inclusivity and relatability. If it fits within, it inspires inclusivity and relatability, and it's not done purposefully to offend. It's like we're purposefully not trying to offend with this art. This particular, we respect all art. All the art is good and okay, and this is just a very specific art because we want to have one place where everybody can go and they know that's what they're always going to get, is that it's already been curated that way. And so it's got to be pure to that. Now, with that said, where are the limits? Imagine all the art that can start coming in. If you have a piece of art, if anyone has a piece of art that they want to sell right now, please call us. Call me. Call my number tomorrow, tonight, 801-436-4184. Call Ashton. Call Brandy. Call anybody. If you want to sell a piece of art, let's do it right here through our group, and let's just start. We'll raise money for you. You guys get 50%. You get 50%. The artist gets 50%. Empowering Empathy gets 50%, and that's how we can be raising money. We can just have art be selling every single day, and it's just so basic. it's art that people will want because the kind of quality that we have. I mean, think about what Troy is kind of stuff he's put
Yeah, I
together.
was just thinking about it.
And we have some Michelangelos and Leonardo da Vinci's on the planet that are even far more advanced nowadays. I mean, some of the friends that we know that are doing art are right. Same thing about some of the artists that you know.
Yeah.
I mean, our friends, with the people that we hang out with, are like, wait till we all start putting our art on, like in display and everything. I love that we were playing your art a minute ago, Kelly, but why don't we take a minute and like play the video? You know, we can have this all set up to where it's so easy where we're just like, hey, play Kelly's video real quick, guys.
Oh, I got
And now all of a sudden the video plays for us,
Yeah.
plays for
You
everybody.
have to have this set up, but yeah.
We can have a screen all set up for us in here, but it's playing for everybody, you know, online with a multi, you know, like Mona and I was talking about a 3-screen setup and a 3-camera setup and zooming in the whole time somebody's managing that process and
Real-time videographer.
Yeah.
exactly like someone who does the real. I mean, we're not doing that. I mean, we could be doing that.
But that's
but we're
art
choosing
itself.
to be back here. It is an art
as you
Yeah.
exactly.
on the fly.
So who
In
wants to
front of the
lean into
whole
that
world.
art? We're asking that right now too. Who wants to be that exact person who says, hey, I'm going to be the one who makes sure that this is represented to everybody else in the coolest way from an audio standpoint, from a video standpoint, from a artistic angles, and from a lighting standpoint. I mean, all the things that we know about curation of
Also,
art.
an editor, someone who wants to take clips of what we've already done and put them together in a compilation.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I think we should be doing TikTok videos
Tons
and
of us.
asking for donations.
Exactly.
I think that would be
Owen wants to do that right now. He will take all the content that we give him and
Right,
he'll
but
post
he's
it all.
He's
Well, he would take all the content. If we were going to do that kind of content now, he's not responsible for making the content and posting it. He'll post whatever we wanted to give him, he says. And so let's try to see what because I can see him coming up with amazing content too. I mean, he's the one out of all of us that already knows how to get a lot of views on TikTok per se.
Who?
Owen. Remember Owen that's been with us? He's 15. He's got one video that's got almost 1.5 million views on it.
Was he there the first time I came on a Thursday?
He's my son's friend, long curly hair, kind of like Ashton's.
Maybe. If he was there the first COZSNUG when I
I
came,
think
He probably was. You did meet him. Really, really super confident. Doesn't seem like you're talking to a
he felt
15-year-old.
like a pro.
I think he's 16.
He has a pretty good.
He's
He's 16 now. He just turned 16.
well, at least. Because Ryder's 17.
Oh, sorry, 16 or 17. I keep
Well.
on thinking these guys are younger than they
I
are.
don't know. And they
They
could be
did that
very
for me.
offended. 1 year makes a huge difference.
This is true.
You're right.
Okay. It's not a bad idea. Well, thank you for sharing.
Yeah.
How about you?
I have I have things I can say about this. Haven't thought about them yet, but let me develop what I want to say real fast, I guess, or feel what I want to say.
Sorry to put you on the spot. like
No,
this.
it's okay, totally okay.
Hopes
I don't
and
bring. I
dreams.
wanna. I know. I'm just trying to think of my biggest one that I want to talk about right this second. Because I could talk about this forever. Talk about this all day long. I could.
Right, yes, you could. So just spit out the first thing that comes to your mind.
My biggest hope and dream right now rests in my most recent awarenesses of some of the things that have been going on the planet that I was fairly flippantly naive to. Things that I no longer consider myself flippantly and naive about. And things that are things that I just would never even want to talk about because they're not worthy. But just heinous things that happen when people selfishly get what they want. live their true will at the expense of any others. We've been transactionalizing relationships for my whole life. I've had very few examples of people who looked at me with full dignity. Very few examples. And I said, this is enough. We all deserve to enjoy living. And I finally believe it. Come on, Ken, do you really believe it? Yep, I do. I've been telling myself this for a while now. We finally got brave enough to do some really big things and take on some extremely huge challenges. And it's been extremely enjoyable to do. But the thing that I have the most hope for right now is what I already see happening. We now have a world with less violence in it. There's people letting go of their violence rapidly every single moment. We've now illuminated dark crevices with brilliant words, illuminating words. And it's been so simple to do, yet we were making it so hard before. We've learned how to become a we instead of just a me, my, I. And when we're in this we place and we're COZSNUG with each other, it's just so easy to just do whatever we want because we know that we're in the space of there are no real limitations except for the limited head stories that we have. And so we're all actually really quite magical in our capacities to do whatever we want. And I've been poo-pooing that idea my whole entire life up until recently. Until I started saying to myself over and over every day, everyone's my teacher, every moment's instructive. Come on, thick-headed Ken. Come on, thick-head. Come on, you thick-headed thing. Come on, clunky Ken. And I really learned to not beat myself up over that kind of stuff because every demon that I would find inside myself, whatever you want to call it, it's just the resistance. Like inside of me right now. I have this resistance inside of me where I have the ability to move my body and feel the resistance and push up against that resistance and then like liberate a new area. But it's not a bad thing to me. I want this. I'm realizing that I want this. I want the whole thing there. I'm watching it go away a little tiny bit at a time at exactly the pace that I want to go away. So I found out that we're all our own healer. We're all our own healer. That's what we do. We heal ourselves. On Wednesday night, we do our Edges night. My hope right now, out of all the things that I've learned, is that every child that is here, that is coming here, that they feel safe, that they feel loved, that they feel love emerging, and that they're a part of, an active, co-creative part of love emerging, and that we're not taking advantage of them anymore. We're not doing dark, magical ceremonies. We let go. I envision the day when we've all let go of our perceived true will and actually receive the fullness of your full true will, your full identity, your fullest, biggest identity. We are love. I am love. I have a hope that every child on the planet right now, and I've said this a few times lately because it's just been something I'm just like, it's just too heavy. We have people being captured and stolen, put into servitude and slavery, and being usurped in every way. And it's just time for all that to be over with. It's time to do away with blood magic. There's no need. It's ineffective in comparison. The light illuminates the darkness. So my hope, my biggest hope right now, this father who has had his heart turned to all of the children, his own, those of his friends and family, and those of every person everywhere on this planet. The children matter to all of us right now. We say so. Let the light illuminate any dark crevice everywhere. That's my hope and dream right now. My biggest one.
Right on.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
It's out there now.
It's out there now.
So
That's very cool.
the second part of that question is, what are you?
What are we doing about it right now?
The
How are you working
the
towards
steps
it?
that you were taking.
Steps that I'm taking are these words, this moment. They're this look in this direction now. And this look in this direction now. And this look of massive gratitude now. And enamorment and adornment now. And every one of my thoughts and sights, and right now, every single thing I'm doing all day long, there isn't one single moment that I'm not, as a backdrop, pouring every ounce of what I exist for into this. Everyone that's around me knows and is my witness. We're a bunch of us doing that now. So that's what we're doing. We're doing exactly what we're doing, and we're going live about it because we just feel like these words are important enough to go everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah. And there's all kinds of details that we could talk about that, about the specific things that we're wanting to do. Primarily right now, we have the simplicity of it. Think of it this way. Right now, in the middle of all of this is this new organization, this movement. It's a worldwide global movement to empower empathy across the planet. That's why we put the Empowering Empathy curriculum together. It's a curriculum that we've already got it translated into a bunch of different languages so far, but that's going to be all over the whole globe everywhere. It's just free words that go to everybody. Where was I just now? Right before that. I know, but right before that, what was the main point I was trying to make?
I don't know, you were just giving the simplest possible explanation for all the different things we're doing. You're going.
Oh, yes. Okay, here's what it is. In the middle of this is Empowering Empathy, and our domain for that is going to be empathy.lol. It's not up right now, but we got that domain because that's a cool domain because it takes us beyond the transactionalization of relationships. Before we get to empathy.lol, there's this other domain that we got because it's all of our focus right now. 3 times a week right now we're going live, but it's all about the concept of we needed to lead with Surrender Lab. Because we still collectively still need to tame our inner critic and believe that everything's really okay. And so we need some breathing skills still, we need some meditation skills, we need some awareness training, we need some basic things so that we at least have relatability as a baseline.
Yeah.
Because inclusivity requires, hey, everything's already okay, now what do we want our story to look like? Right? So we're advancing ourselves and saying, hey, we're going to go all the way to that point, even though we know we're still not all the way relatable yet. So we're just constantly working on it, every one of us, right? So we were transactionalizing relationships, so we have surrenderlab.com. .com, .commerce. But we're not charging anybody for anything. Everybody that wants to rent it, it's always for free. Why not? I wouldn't want to pay. We don't have to pay to heal yourself.
Right.
The animals and the plants don't pay to live here. Why do we act like we have to do it like that? So now,
Because we build homes and electric stoves.
exactly, because we want to have our electric stove or whatever. But there's a lot of ways to do that too, without having to have these mortgages on it and a debt
you
on
know,
the most
look at,
high-fangledy stove
the
you've ever
Amish
had.
communities, for example, they don't quite worry about an individual needing to pay for their home. If a new person needs a home, the whole community goes together and builds it, and then they move on. It's completely linked. Their whole community's linked, and now it's not just that person's home. Now they're a member of the community who got helped out.
Yeah.
Yeah, interesting. Yeah, cool.
Well, that actually kind of brings to mind something from Jean-Jacques Rousseau, I think is how you say it, the guy who wrote Social Contract.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to paraphrase it because I don't remember, but he basically said that whoever was the first to put down a stake and claim land, whoever was the first to accept that was the fool that doomed us all. Essentially.
That's right.
That's
It's like,
paraphrase.
oh, really? Okay, so I guess I'll draw my lines over here.
And it makes sense in how he elaborates it because, yeah, like you said, the plants, the animals, nothing except us pays to live on this planet. So it's just that brought that to mind because I agree with it 100%. Because the first person, whoever invented property, doomed humanity. But property's nice though.
Right, but without that, there would be the dominant big pack of rulers
Right.
Yeah.
saying, we're taking over this, and all the women
Here's
and
your
children
kingdom,
and
and
whoever
here,
couldn't fight
here's where poverty
would be-
lives.
Right.
living in the ditches. So yeah, that did help the less
It's true.
dominant
For sure.
people. Kind of kept it even, but yes, it's still not equitable.
Agreed.
Mm-hmm.
Equal does not mean equitable.
Right?
No, and we don't want it that way. Not everybody wants to have that exact car. Not everybody wants to have that exact sport, that exact whatever.
Right.
We all have fractalized differences for a very, very cool reason. Start appreciating that very distinctive difference in and of itself and seeing how it's not brokenness you're looking at in front of you. It's actually beauty. It's a reflection of you. And if you stop and think about it long enough, you'll realize that it's a message happening for you instead of to you. So what I've been learning is just to see every single person and really try to find out what their more fine-tuned skills are that I just have no clue of. So I found out that I'm just so clunky and stubborn.
Well, you don't know what you don't know until you know.
Exactly, yeah. So I just finally love letting go of all that. I was going to finish up that where we just were 1 sec, just so we have a
Sorry, I
conversation on
took
it.
us off.
No, it's all right. So we have surrenderlab.com, empathy.lol, and then badass.art. Because we're ready to make the statement to the planet that, yes, everybody who uses the word badass, it's okay. And everybody who doesn't use the word badass, it's okay. But there's nothing wrong with the word badass. There's nothing inherently good about the word badass. It's just a word. It's just a symbol of something. Now, think about where we are collectively, what we could use the most right now to empower our empathy so we can speak our truth, so we can all be enjoying a life of togetherness, manifesting with intentionality together so we can have joy instead of suffering. It's our choice. Life's happening for me, not to me. So that's why we're doing this. Why is because everybody deserves to enjoy living. How we're helping is by empowering empathy. And what we do right now primarily is Surrender Lab, which is a method for self-healing. And also, we've also talked about at empathy.lol, we also have ambassadors that are coming on board right now that are all saying, yes, I like this idea of being able to do this for my full-time thing. Like, how could I possibly be an ambassador or an advocate or an ally for empowering empathy? I mean, there's a lot of us right now that would love to do
Can someone go
this.
to that website? Is there content?
We haven't put any of these sites up yet right now, so nothing's happening other than surrenderdive.com has some basic stuff up there. But that's what we're wanting to build out right now. That's one of the things we need money for. Is we need to build all those sites out right now. We need to build. We have so many things that we need all this for, and we've been doing this for quite some time without any funding. And I want to make that. We want to make that change happen right away. What? Gilbert.
And that's a wrap.
Yeah, that's all right. Gilbert just wiped his butt on the floor. Right in the middle of everything. Right in the front of the microphone. For those who didn't at home who didn't see. Gilbert just.
But out of time anyway. That's his
That's so true.
And that's a wipe.
And that's a wipe.
Well, I actually, it's relatability. I've been doing my stake crafting for almost 10 years now, and without funding, things don't go anywhere in this existence, and it sucks.
Well, it just is what it is.
Yeah.
So now we just need some funding.
It's hard to make it bigger.
Yeah.
Bigger.
Yeah.
Without.
Hey Kelly, wait till you see the kind of art that we have access to right now. Like, there's one piece of art that, in particular, that we're holding back because this art deserves to be properly displayed and seen, and the person who has done the art deserves to be properly acknowledged. And it's a piece that the amount is priceless. It's on display right now. There's a lot of people seeing it, and a lot of people saying, "Ah, ooh, ah," and talking about this piece of art. But we know that it's way more special than that because we know a lot of the backstory. We know the whole where it came from, and it's a piece that is literally changing humanity right now. And we want it to be a piece that raises a substantial amount of money for us to be able to do all the things that we've talked about doing.
Auction.
That's one piece, and that's just one piece that I could see somebody paying $111 million for. I want that right there on that part of my house or on that part of my whatever. I can see somebody saying yes. And what we want to do too with that, we just think it's kind of a cool idea. We want feedback on this. Is that whoever actually puts forth that kind of money, the philanthropist that puts forth that money, guess what they are? They're not just a philanthropist. They're co-creators with us. They're phlebotomists. They're co-creators with the artist. Because they're the ones who are energetically going to be the ones who fund into it. And so now, as the co-creator, why not have the ability to be the one that names the art? Or something substantive like that. Like, they are, as part of the actual procurement, it's like they go through the process of however long it takes to actually name that art and actually put that out. And we actually are the ones who actually put that out, and we show the meaning. Now you've taken and you've merged the artist with the appreciator, and now the curator and the attendee are all one. Everybody in the art show is a potential co-creator, because the second you want to, why don't we just blend all that? Why do we have stages and strata? And I've seen some of the best art out of people that you're like, what in the world? You're 7 years old, or what? You're not people that you're not supposed to have these skills like this. This is unreal. That's what it feels like. Was there anything else that we want to talk about before are we ready to wrap up? Is that what?
Probably ready to wrap up. That's a really good conversation. I really feel like I really like the vibe. I love everyone's streams. And we got some quality people who really feel like they have some good clarity on what they want to do with their lives. It's beautiful.
It is cool.
It's really
It's so cool, right? I love it. And thanks for the clever close, Gilly.
Yeah. So thank you, everyone.
All right, yeah. Thank you, everybody. Thank you.
Right.
Thank you. Everybody can maybe wave and so they can hear your voice and see your.
See you later.
See you later.
Hasta luego.
I'm too far without.
But let's let it end on that disco ball sitting there spinning.
See you.